How have I not seen what big teeth he has? Oh, but what a long tongue he has too. All the better to eat me out with. And today, Jen and I are reading. No, we're not reading. We already read it. We're discussing Red, ro- a paranormal monster romance novella, Ever Dark Tales, by Riley C. Smith. And Jen is the one who found this book.
Yeah, I did.
This was your first monster, like full monster sex interaction with human, right? No,
No,
never mind.
no. Yeah, I was about to say we got ensnared. We've
Yeah,
got
you're right.
a soul to keep, a soul to take. I don't know if that counts. I feel like I don't know that demon and monster really like are the same, especially
Not
since we've had.
according to our thing because they're still humanoid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's with quotations, obviously, but not. There's no. Anywho, what did you? I'm gonna let you start, Jen. I feel like if I start, I'm just gonna run my mouth. So let's have this episode be a little bit like logical, even if unplanned out.
I mean, I feel like I've been hating on the books recently, and I feel really bad for our audience.
Don't.
It took me over a month to read this. So like that should be clue number 1. But that said, it's been taking me that long to read like anything physically, so I was basically like okay saying it was me, not the book. And then once I did finally sit down and read it, I finished it in like a couple of hours, I think. I don't know. It's just trying to decide like why I didn't care for it. I didn't hate it. I guess I should start there. Like I didn't hate it. I wouldn't read it again. I liked I liked their dynamic. I thought they were really cute. And I liked that she trusted him like out the gate even though she really had no reason to, while like being very like didn't trust the other guy. What was his name? Dean.
Yeah.
In spite of like dating him for a bit and that kind of thing. So like that kind of speaks to like, hey, kind of what we bitch about female main characters. I thought it was pretty funny that he pretended to be a dog for like a couple of days. That was pretty great. And her freak out was warranted. And then she got over it pretty quick, which I appreciated. I don't know. I mean, like, I didn't hate it. It just, I was bored. I don't know why, but I was just bored. I don't,
It was blah.
yeah.
Like there was it almost felt like with reading it, there was like, oh, this little tidbit is interesting. Let's see where this thread's gonna go. And then nothing came of it. And then,
Yeah.
oh, this thread is a little bit interesting. Okay, let's keep on reading to see where it goes. Oh, and then the fact that she was stupid and didn't listen to them and caused, his brother to almost lose his sons or like whatever. I'm like, I know you need answers, but don't be stupid.
I mean, I felt like it was warranted for her to like kind of go back and figure out, like, get the answers.
Well, no, but they could have like had more time to prepare. They could have made sure that it wasn't a trap, and instead of her being insistent, no, I'm going now with or without you. Like, let's be a little bit smart about this.
Yeah,
Just
true.
a little. He didn't say no, you couldn't. He just said it's not safe right now.
Right.
And so if you trust this person like you just claimed explicit and implicitly, then why wouldn't you believe his word?
Yeah.
Especially if he's been, here for like 500 years.
Yeah.
I liked I liked the genetic DNA thing that caused them to shift and like that be a part of like the paranormal community. Really wanted to go more into that. Like that was the biggest thread that pulled me through this was like, "Oh, I like this. This was really good."
Yeah.
And but then nothing came of it, right?
Yeah.
So, but that
I feel like that was like the theme of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Like, except for the final stand at the very end where they like finally take out the grandmother and Dean,
Dean they
one of
took out a while ago.
whoever the other guy was. Then I can't remember.
I didn't even realize there was another guy.
Yeah, weren't there two people that, or maybe that's, anyway, doesn't matter. Like, once they took out the main players of like the government agency or whatever, like that was really the only thing that came.
And then had her parents forget who she was, or her mom, because her mom didn't care for her.
Yeah. But I mean, with her going to the shadow realm or whatever, like, I feel like that made sense. Like, if she was
Yeah.
having to stay in the human world and like not and like give them up, it would have been sad.
Yeah.
But she's going to a completely different world. She's not planning on coming back. So,
Yeah, no,
you
I
know,
didn't have a problem with that. I just had a problem with her mom not really liking her. I think
yeah, her
that's
mom was a bitch.
mhm. I can't I don't know if I liked or loved the fact that he could shift into 3 different forms.
Oh, I loved it.
I don't know where I stand on that.
Why?
I don't know. I think that it's that thread of the genetics and the DNA and, and the shifting and all, or you know, that they could do all 3 forms?
You wish he wouldn't have a human form. That's your problem with it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Especially I get I guess part of it was is if for the first 27 or 28 years, whatever the number is, if they're human, then the human form should be their primary form. Then the werewolf and the wolf would be like secondary and third. So I guess
Yeah.
without really knowing why when they shift, the werewolf becomes their primary form. And then they can't hold the other two, or at least the human form for very long. I think I needed more to explain that. And if she would have, then I probably would have been okay on board. But without there being an explanation, he can just do it. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of
Yeah.
potential there.
Yeah, I feel, again, I feel like there was a lot of potential. And I mean, I liked their relationship, and I kind of really liked her. I thought she was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, this, like, the story, the plot, that all of that, like, just didn't feel like fully fleshed out, I guess.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like maybe it was the second book in a series. Like, you have the main book where like maybe you had like the mom's point of view about like how she was kidnapped and like forced to be impregnated and like forced to raise this child, and like how she found love after and how she decided to raise her. And then the second book is, you see, now she's being integrated into this,
Mhm.
world that her mom tried to keep her from. So like, I feel like if something like that, you would have a lot more backstory developed on the genetics, on the military training, like on all of those things. Where this felt very like, we're going to mention it, but it's not a fully formed idea.
Mhm.
Because they acted like killing the grandmother was going to wipe out the military operation. But earlier in the book, they said that they have bases all across the globe. So you're telling me that they have all of these impenetrable bases, but taking out one person is going to get rid, like, that's not realistic. This isn't a cutting the head off the snake situation.
Mhm. Or if it is, you didn't explain it really well. Like if she's funding it, then now that she's gone,
Well, yeah,
maybe.
true. Yeah.
I just feel like it on the surface, it was okay. But when you like right now, when we're digging deep into the bones of there's nothing to hold it together.
Yeah. And I mean, I think with some of these books, like, you read it not to hold things together. Like, you read it
Mhm.
purely for monster smut, or you read it purely for smut.
Mhm.
Like, you just want the spicy content. And like, I was fine with that, but again, like, if you're going, in my opinion, and this is like very much my opinion, it's not something that I see a ton. Like, if you're going to write a smut book, and like that's going to be what drives the book forward, then you have to not be redundant in your scenes. And what they were like, they changed locations, but nothing like changed or like got more interesting.
Yeah. You know who I think I've since reading this, I think now we need to read Jenika Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a really good monsters and what is it? Monsters and Beauties. It's just 3 books, 3 or 4 books. And they're novellas too. I think less than 200 or 150 pages.
Hmm. Okay.
She
I
does
mean,
a
I'm down.
really she does a really good job of and they stay fully formed monster. I think they've always been monsters. They don't have a humanoid form. I haven't read the last one, I think. I think reading cuz I think the first one is a Little Red Riding retelling. I think that would be really good to compare. No, I
Yeah.
think that's a fib. The first one is Beauty. The second one is Little Red Riding Hood. You don't have to read them in order.
Oh, really?
Yep. I haven't read the third one, but yeah, the first 2, there's no crossover. Let me see how many pages. Yeah, it's 150 pages. Like, it's not that long.
Oh, yeah.
The Hunter,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm down.
Okay. I'm curious to see what you think about comparing the 2. As it's kind of got the same premise a little bit. I don't have anything else to say about it. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It was just something to read.
Yeah.
And
It's
again,
pretty.
I think the only reason why I went through it so quickly is because I thought you had already finished it. And we've
Yeah.
been scheduling out all these things. I'm like, I gotta get as many things as I can read this weekend.
Yep. Yep. Well, I mean, now I'm caught up to you. The only one that I need to read now is Unfated Mates. Did you finish that one?
No, I gotta do the Devil's Bride first for Thursday, and then I'll finish Unfaded because Unfaded is next week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Dragon's Bride, yeah, I finished that one a while ago. I'm excited for you to read that one.
I'm excited to read it too. So, Darkness 2.
Oh, I was gonna go like one.
Well,
Oh, right. You
because of
said
the
with it being a monster. Yeah.
it has to
Okay.
at least be a 2
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
unconventional.
Yeah. Two. Cool.
Spicy.
Two?
Yeah.
Three?
I would
Like,
say I would say 2. There's no nodding. There's no at least I don't
oh,
remember there
yeah.
being nodding. There was none, right?
Well, yes, but they don't like go into the detail of like he nods once at the end, but they don't go into explicit
I don't
detail
even
about it.
remember it. What does that say when I don't remember that? I would say
Yeah.
2. I feel like 2 is I mean, there's the toy, there's the running through the woods. Didn't they do something in the bathtub or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, sure. We'll go
The
with two.
fact that we can't clearly like we know that things happen, but that we can't like clearly yeah, I would say 2. Overall rating.
Three?
I was
Are you
saying
gonna say
2.
two? I was almost gonna say two. But like
'Cause it's
you
eh.
want a monster like if you wanted to read a monster book,
I
you
have
could
so
read
many other ones I would recommend before this one.
That's fair. Yeah,
So many others.
that's fair.
This
Yeah,
would be
I would recommend
so
a
far
soul
at the bottom. Yeah.
before this one.
So that's why I was like a 2. It's eh. Like I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 2's is our number.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah.
I'm really surprised you didn't DNF in it because DNF in it. DNF'd it because it took you so long.
I mean, I just struggled reading anything physically for like the last month and a half. So I wasn't ready to DNF it. I just it just didn't hook me. But
Yeah.
it's taken a lot to hook me with a physical book right now. Like it has to be unput downable, and I haven't had one of those physically in yeah, I don't remember when the last physical book I finished.
Okay.
Okay, so one caveat I will say is I did not realize going into this book that this was this author's very like her debut novel.
Mhm.
So honestly, like knowing that this actually wasn't poorly done. You know, I mean, there were some things that could be fleshed out, you know, like I feel like if you added 100 pages of like good quality content and plot, that this would have been closer to a 3 or 3.5 for me. Because like I was already bordering on between a 2 and 3 and decided to go with 2 because there are other monster smut romances, but this is not a book that I would read her again, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, give her another shot. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
I well, I wouldn't recommend this book because, like you said, there are other ones. If I saw that she had something out, it wouldn't be, oh, I would never read anything by her. I would give it a shot just because I know that, like you said, on the surface level, she puts out good work.
Yeah.
I think she just needs
Yeah.
either a better beta reader or a content editor. Hi, my name's Misty. If you need help, I'll help you.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think with all of the information, it's a good debut novel.
Yep. Well, I ain't got nothing else.
All right. Well, y'all, what monster romances do you recommend? Did you read Red? Did you like it? Are there other romance books that you loved? What about a Red Riding Hood retelling? I would love to know. Tag us on Instagram at Bones of the Story, and we will see you next week.
Thank you for joining us on the journey into the shadows of love, where dark romance stories come to light.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Bones of the Story as much as we did. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to us.
And to stay updated on all things dark romance, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ideas, or even your own dark romance stories with us. Drop us a line at bonesofthestory@gmail.com.
Remember, our next tantalizing episode is just around the corner, so keep your hearts open and your senses sharp.
Until then, embrace the darkness and let the stories continue to stir your deepest desires.
This is Misty
And Jen,
signing off
from Bones of the Story.